Hello, and welcome to the City Life News. My name is Monroe Snyder. We have breaking news with Amanda Roach coming to you live from the City Life Elementary School.
Thank you, Monroe. I have been here at the City Life Elementary School investigating the new teaching method, inquiry-based learning. Inquiry-based learning is a student-centered teaching method that encourages students to ask questions and investigate real-life problems. Students are actively engaged in the learning process. Their learning experiences are stimulated by students' interests and drives their natural inquisitive nature to learn new information. By defining these natural processes, children are more aware of their thinking and better understand the task they are performing. Inquiry-based learning has been shown to improve critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, and creativity. There are 4 steps of inquiry-based learning. First, students develop questions that they are interested in answering. Second, students research the topic using class time. Third, students present what they've learned. And lastly, students reflect on what worked about the process and what didn't.
I realize how much more they learn. And when I see that they take action and they're applying the skills that they learn in here, I feel like I've done my job as a teacher.
As the classroom shifts to more of a student-centered approach, the role of the teacher is changing. The teacher is no longer the keeper of all knowledge because we now have access to all information at our fingertips. The teacher will become a facilitator or mentor to their students. The teacher's role includes taking risks and allow for failures, exposing students to new ideas and issues that are in our world, providing opportunities for students outside of the classroom, help ignite passion within their students, support students in finding ways to explore passions, help students learn where and how to find credible information, support students on learning time management skills, connect curriculum to their passion projects, connect students to experts and community members that can support their projects, model the love of learning and promote lifelong learning, advocate on behalf of your students, help students reflect on their learning. What worked? What didn't work? What will you do differently next time?
And then each unit has lines of inquiry that the students will be investigating. And the lines of inquiry are developed by the teacher, but with a lot of input and feedback from the students.
And that becomes the direction that the teacher takes the content. So the teacher will resource kids with opportunities to explore things that they're interested in within that line of inquiry.
Rather than the teacher telling students what they need to know, students are encouraged to explore the material, ask questions, and share ideas. Students explore the topic through research, direct instruction, and hands-on activities. Students develop questions related to the topic, make predictions, and hypothesize. The students' roles include thinking big and figuring out what they are passionate about, having an open mind, taking risks and not being afraid to fail, thinking creatively, supporting one another in their learning, guiding their own learning, being more self-directed, learning time management, using non-traditional ways of researching, connecting with community, and reflecting on learning and learning from successes and failures.
The standards with the bigger questions and being able to create evidence of their understandings and their learnings in all kinds of ways that the kids get to pick.
So for instance, we're doing a money unit right now. We're studying billionaires. The theme billionaires was not chosen by the teachers per se. It stemmed from the students' inquiries. When we were going through the inquiry process and they were asking all these questions, a common theme that kept coming up was, why are some people so rich and other people are not rich?
The 5E inquiry-based instructional model is based upon cognitive psychology, constructivist theory to learning, and best practices in STEM instruction. The 5E learning cycle leads students through 5 phases: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate.
First, students are engaged with a challenging situation. Prior knowledge is activated. and questions are provoked. Second, students explore the phenomenon, prior knowledge is challenged, and ideas are created. Third, students explain the phenomenon, and new knowledge is gained and applied. Next, students elaborate their knowledge towards new situations and knowledge is deepened and extended. Lastly, students evaluate their knowledge and the learning process through assessment.
There are many ways to implement inquiry-based learning. This can include science experiments, which allow students to conduct experiments that will encourage them to ask questions and think critically. Field trips allow students to explore real-world problems and see what they are learning in the classroom is relevant. Classroom debates, students debating a topic forces them to think critically about both sides of the argument. Projects, students are given the opportunity to work on a project that is related to the topic they are studying. They will be more likely to learn and remember the information. Group work, students are able to share their ideas and thoughts with others and help them better understand the material.
We have guided inquiry, where teachers are guiding students through the curriculum.
Hey, find that 5 milliliters.
And then making a shift into student-driven inquiry, where students use that as prior knowledge and build their own inquiries around that. We want them to be building the foundation for higher level inquiries starting right when we have them in kindergarten.
There are obstacles to overcome in inquiry-based learning, especially when the teachers are learning something new. A lack of knowledge, the belief if it isn't broke, don't fix it, the belief that all students won't learn the same thing, and not knowing where to start. Inquiry-based learning flips the classroom from the teacher dictating the content experience to students asking questions that are personally meaningful to them. Teachers are often skeptical about how they have to learn new ways of teaching. Teachers tend to worry that inquiry embraces a philosophy that content doesn't matter and that everyone can learn what they want. And learning how to implement a complex strategy is clearly key.
What's exciting about the inquiry model is that we go far and above what the curriculum expectations are. Kids are invested in their learning and they're able to transfer and apply what they're learning in school to the real world.
Some of the advantages of inquiry-based learning include that it encourages critical thinking skills, improves problem-solving skills, it encourages creativity, improves communication skills, connects learning to the real world, helps students understand complex topics, and encourages engaged learning. Some of the disadvantages, they're poor standardized test performances, student embarrassment, and teacher unpreparedness.
There is an old saying, "Tell me and I forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I will understand."
Inquiry-based learning works at every level of education by encouraging curiosity and self-directed exploration of a subject. Since it focuses on engaging students in the material and shifting the process of learning to the student, it helps students retain information.
Inquiry-based learning allows the students to be the thinkers. Teachers begin their lesson with an idea of where they want to end in mind, but really give the students the opportunity to drive it to that point.
We learned with collaboration about questioning, and this ties in with inquiry-based learning. A big part of inquiry-based learning includes questioning. The role of questioning in the classroom is to promote effective learning by having a two-way conversation between students and the teacher. Students should be in charge of their own learning, with the teacher guiding them on what they should learn. Inquiry-based learning is a great way to get students involved and should be implemented in all classroom settings. Thank you.